Hi, we are from At Home Tuition. In this video, we are going to see how we are using an operator of with the fraction numbers with few examples. Our first question is, explain with example how fraction is used with an operator of. So now let us see how we are using of with fraction numbers. Now, let's consider two squares that are exactly similar to each other. See, I have shown here two squares. They are similar to each other. So, each shaded portion represents 1 by 2 of 1. That is, we have two parts, and out of these two parts, one part is shaded in both the squares. So, we can write that as 1 divided by 2. Okay. Now, if you add these two parts, what you will get? So here it is one is shaded, here one it is shaded. So we can combine these two squares like this, two shaded portions out of two portions. So we can write it as 2 divided by 2. So that is nothing but 1. So or another way how we can write, we can say 1 by 2. Okay, here it is 1 by 2 of 2. So we have 2. So we can say that as 1 by 2 of 2, which is nothing but 1. So how we are getting this? So 1 by 2 into 2 is equal to 1. So in our previous videos, we have learned how we are multiplying this. Right, multiplying fractional number with the whole number. So we'll be multiplying the numerator with the fractional number divided by this denominator number. So 2 into 1 is 2 divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we can say half of 2 is equal to half into 2, which is nothing but 1. So here of we are using it as multiplication. Also look at these similar squares. Now let us see here. See here we have three similar squares. In all the three similar squares only one part is shaded. So how we can represent in each square, we can represent it as 1 divided by 2. That is, we have two parts and out of which one part is shaded. So now if you combine all the three squares, totally we'll have three shaded parts out of three total parts. So how we can represent this? We can represent that as 1 by 2, because here we have one full shaded part and half we have. So we can represent it as 1 by 2. So if it is a mixed fraction 1 by 2, we can write it as 3 divided by 2. So half of 3. So here half. So totally we have three parts, three squares. So we can say half of 3 is 3 divided by 2. So how we can write it? Half into 3 is equal to, so the whole number into numerator, that is 3 into 1 divided by 2 is nothing but 3 by 2. So half of 3 equal to half into 3. So half here we are using it as into, that is multiplication, which is nothing but 3 by 2. So from these two examples, we see that of represents multiplication. Now let us see how we are applying this of in solving the problems. So the question is, Farida has 20 marbles. Reshma has 1/5 of the number of marbles what Farida has. Okay, how many marbles Reshma has? So here we have given 1/5 of. So how we can write? We know that of indicates multiplication. So the number of marbles that Reshma has is 1/5 of Farida. So Farida has 20 marbles. So we can write 1/5 of is into 20. So now it's a fraction number and a whole number. So we can multiply 1 into 20 divided by 5. So that is 20 divided by 5, which is nothing but 4 marbles. So similarly, we can have half of 16. We can write it as half into 16. So 16 into 1 is 16 divided by 2, which is nothing but 8. So it clearly sees that of is nothing but multiplication. Now, can you tell what is half of 10? So, how we will write half of 10? Half into 10. So, it's a fraction and a whole number. So, we can multiply numerator with the whole number directly. So, 1 into 10 divided by 2. 1 into 10 is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So, half of 10 is 5. The next is 1 by 4 of 16. So 1 by 4 of is into 16. So 1 into 16 divided by 4. So that is 16 divided by 4, which is nothing but 4. So next 2 by 5 of 25. That is 2/5 of 25. So we can write it as 2/5 into 25. So which is nothing but 2 into 25 divided by 5. 2 into 25 is 50 divided by 5. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. See one more example. In a class of 40 students, 1/5 of the total number of students like to study English, 2/5 of the total number like to study mathematics, and the remaining students like to study science. So how many students like to study English? How many students like to study mathematics? What fraction of the total number of students like to study science? So what is given? Total number of students in the class is 40. Number of students who like to study English is 1/5 of the total number. And the number of students who like to study mathematics is 2/5 of the total number. So the remaining students like to study science. So now how we will find the total number of students in English? So total number of students who like to study English is 1/5 of the total number of students. So total number of students is 40. So 1/5 of 40, that is 1/5 into 40. So that is nothing but 1 into 40 divided by 5. 40 divided by 5 is nothing but 8. So 8 students out of 40 students like to study English. Now we'll see how many students who like to study mathematics. So it is given 2/5 of the total students like to study mathematics. So 2/5 of total number. So 2/5 of total number is 40. So 2/5 into 40. So 2 into 40 is 80 divided by 5. This is nothing but 16. So 16 students like to study mathematics out of 40 students. So now the total number of students who like English and mathematics is 8 plus 16, which is nothing but 24. The remaining students like to study science. So the remaining students is 40 minus 24, that is 16 students like to study science. So how will you find the fraction? So the fraction is 16 divided by total number of students, that is 40. So 16 by 40. So we can simplify it to 2 by 5. So 2 by 5 of the total students, 2/5 of total students like to study science. Hope you have understood how to use of as an operator with fractional numbers. So of indicates multiplication in fractional numbers. Thank you for watching this video.